Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. Well, I want to tell you about my friends and what we did last week. So my friends are really into bourbon. And every 6 months or so, we end up driving down to northern Kentucky and doing the bourbon trail. They get to drink quite a bit. I get to drink a little bit responsibly. But what I really get is a lot of seat time, a lot of wheel time, and some really cool vehicles. So last week they wanted to go and they wanted to see what I had. And we had the perfect vehicle for our little bougie bar tour. It's the 2022 Lexus LX600 Ultra Luxury Edition. Let's go have a look at it. The LX600 is Lexus's version of the Toyota Land Cruiser, and it is an elegant little bulldozer. I mean, look at this grille. I just absolutely love it. I mean, it's their kind of standard design, spindle grille they call it, but good God, it's huge. You put this in somebody's rearview mirror and they will move out of the way. But I do like it, and it also is really good for aerodynamics. I mean, this is a big, tall truck, as you can see me standing next to it. But this helps with the airflow, gets around the vehicle, and actually the gas mileage, I'll tell you in a little bit, isn't quite as bad as you might think. I also like the hood. You know, from behind the wheel, you can actually see this deep draw in the hood. I think it just looks really cool, looks real classy. The LED headlamps, again, you definitely know it has attitude. 22-inch alloy wheels. I mean, those are 22-inch wheels underneath those fenders. That just kind of gives you the proportions of how big it is. But the rest of it's a big, tall wagon designed for off-roading. I think it's pretty classy looking actually for what it is. It's kind of, you know, kind of Toyota's version of like a Range Rover, and I think that works out really well too. I like the chrome. Come around back. Back end's been redesigned significantly. Wraparound tail lamps, Lexus instead of just the logo. Well, if you were to legally transport some liquor for personal consumption, you certainly have plenty of space for it. This vehicle is only 4 seats, has the executive package in the back, so there's plenty of space to get luggage in here for 4 people. Pretty much anything you'd want. Also a power outlet here, so you can plug in your devices, recharge, maybe a stereo system at a nice bougie upscale picnic. But again, very nice, plenty of space. So I want to tell you something else with my friends. I played a little bit of joke on them. So we're getting ready to leave, and I know they're going to kind of argue about who gets to sit shotgun in the front, who's going to be forced to sit in the back. But what they don't know is there's a little secret inside the LX600. The back, again, has the executive package. And this seat specifically is the most comfortable in the whole vehicle. So there's a touchscreen console here. This seat, it's heated, it's ventilated, has massagers. You can even recline it back. If somebody's not sitting in the front, you can fold this forward, and you've got an ottoman here already built into it. You've got your infotainment screen. Everything you need back here to be comfortable. You're on air vents. This has 4-zone automatic climate control. Again, the speakers here, and air vents, your own lights. It's like riding the back of a private jet. So one of my friends is sitting in the back, and we're driving to Kentucky, and he's got this thing reclined, he's got the massager on, and just falls completely asleep the entire drive. And we get there, and he's like, oh, how refreshing. And he's just so happy about it. So again, sitting back here, it's just an absolute joy. It's just everything you need in the back of a vehicle. The rear seat passengers may have the most comfortable seats in the house, but nobody's suffering up front either. And it really starts with these nice seats. I love this. I love kind of the stitched quilting here on them. These are heated and ventilated up front. You get a heated leather wrapped steering wheel, stitching here on the console. Everything, I mean, this is quite an expensive SUV, and everything feels like it's up to par. I love there's real wood here on the console, real wood on the doors. This has the Mark Levinson sound system, which is just absolutely sublime. Open up this door. There's an air conditioned cool box down here. So stuff my water in here, stuff my soda in here. We had some other delicious snacks as we were traveling. Those went in here as well. Keep the chocolate from melting. But I like some other things that Lexus has done with this. They've really simplified the infotainment system. You know, in the previous generation of this vehicle and previous generation of Lexus, they had the joystick controller in the console that felt like you're trying to drive a laptop computer with us going down the road, and it just was kind of stupid, really. They've just gone to a proper touchscreen now, and honestly, this is just so much easier to navigate, swipe screen it. I like this a whole lot better. Down below, you've got touchscreen for the climate controls. You've also got redundant buttons down below for climate controls. And I think all this works really well. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You've got a Wi-Fi hotspot. And like I said, you've got the Mark Levinson audio system too. So it sounds very good. Everything works really well together. A lot of safety features on this vehicle. It starts with a heads-up display. So it's got a widescreen heads-up display that shows navigation, safety systems, and speed. Looks like it's kind of hovering over the end of the hood out there. I like keeping the eyes up for safety. Flat screen instrument cluster, also very easy to use. But some of the other crash avoidance systems, you've got adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. It actually nudges the steering back into line. blind spot warning, rear cross path detection with auto brake. So pretty much a full suite of the crash avoidance systems too. Well, I certainly can't complain about being the chauffeur in the LX600. I mean, the interior is pretty much on par with the LS sedan, except you sit up a whole lot higher and you got a lot better visibility out the front. The thing is this weird combination of being a really modern powertrain with lots of power and also having this kind of old school SUV habits. So underneath the hood, it shares its 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 with the new Toyota Tundra and the Sequoia SUV. So it's a plenty powerful engine, 409 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, right into the four-wheel drive system. Plenty of power to get this vehicle down the road. I mean, driving through the mountains doesn't matter, just step on the gas and all that torque just comes on and just goes. You can pull up to 8,000 pounds. So if you want to hook onto a horse trailer in Kentucky and pull it back home with you, along with your bourbon, you can do that as well. And gas mileage, like I said, for a truck this big, and with this big of a front end on it, actually isn't bad. 17 miles per gallon in the city, 22 highway. So it's not a hybrid, it's not anything but that twin turbo V6. So you get a little bit of gas mileage with the V6. I kind of like that too. Has 10-speed automatic transmission, very smooth, shifts great, keeps the power right where you want it all the time. So some of the old school behavior, this has an air suspension system, which is good. It provides a nice, comfortable ride. It's got a drive mode selector, so you can stiffen up the suspension and the steering and sharpen the throttle response in sport modes, or you can loosen it up a bit in the comfort modes and kind of waft it down the highway. So that works out well too. But the thing you always remember is this is a big, heavy, top-heavy 4x4 truck. And that air suspension, it's trying to control you this way and control you this way when you go into corners. And when you put into a corner hard, like an on-ramp, I wouldn't say hard, I mean, it's a big 4x4 truck, you're not going to do that to it. But especially, on a roundabout or if you're on an off-ramp and you kind of get it tilted turning, you can feel that air suspension trying to fight the vehicle as it goes around there just a little bit. It's not bad. It's nothing that I would, keep me from buying the vehicle. But you're using all the modern electronics, all the modern systems, and just trying to overcome, the fact that this is, at the end of the day, is a big off-road vehicle that you can raise the air suspension up and go tackle some pretty serious terrain. But overall, I've really enjoyed driving it. Obviously, my passengers enjoyed riding in it, and we had a really good time. So let's talk about price. What might surprise you a little bit is the price on this actually is a higher bracket than the LS luxury sedan, their former flagship. So prices start right at $88,000 for the LX. This one with the executive package, everything on it, you're looking at right at $128,000. And at that price, you're competing against the Cadillac Escalade, the Range Rover, and vehicles in that class. If you can afford it, I think you're really going to like it. Well, next week we'll have another fun vehicle. Until then, storm forward.